Some might consider your monitor to be just another part of your setup, but if you spend a lot of time gaming or editing, I would honestly put it right up there with your choice of mouse or your favorite keyboard. The display you choose completely changes how your content looks and feels, and today you've got more choices than ever before. So a few days ago, I actually switched from a traditional 49-inch Odyssey G9 like this to the Odyssey G9 OLED. And it was for two main reasons. First was the contrast. While VA can look decent, blacks are never truly black, since you're always dealing with a backlight. On OLED, each pixel turns off completely, which means true blacks, infinite contrast, and way more depth. And second is responsiveness. VA has been solid for years, but OLED is just on another level. The pixel response times are insanely fast, and paired with an ultra-wide, that makes it more immersive. So whether you're gaming, editing, or browsing, it's a much nicer experience. That idea I had about OLED being overhyped? Definitely not. I wanted to see if it was worth switching from a VA panel, and ever since then, I haven't looked back. A couple of ultra-wide monitors have been on my desk since then, and honestly, they don't even come close. The other day, I actually switched back to my old G9 monitor just to see how it felt after getting used to OLED. Oh man, it felt completely washed out, especially in darker scenes. Blacks looked gray, contrast felt flat, and the whole picture just didn't have that depth anymore. Even though VA has come a long way, it doesn't come close to the OLED experience for me in terms of colors and black levels. This ultra-wide monitor design is surprisingly thin for such a massive panel since there's no bulky backlight and the curve on it just feels right. I could also appreciate the very minimal bezels and the clean overall look. No uniformity issues and no weird blooming around bright objects, just a super consistent and high-end experience. Now some of you are probably thinking, I'm totally fine with my 360Hz 27-inch monitor. When you combine OLED with the ultra-wide form factor, you just get a combination of immersion and clarity that makes going back to anything else feel almost impossible. Movies feel cinematic, games look alive, and even editing photos or videos feels way more open compared to a 16:9 aspect ratio. I think the best way to explain what it's like to use this thing is it's almost like you had -1 vision all of your life, and OLED is like contacts that you needed to wear to see clearly. VA can look good, sure, but it has its limitation of backlight bleed. Of course, OLED is not flawless. Burn-in is always the big question mark with OLED, especially if you're using it for productivity with static elements like taskbars or spreadsheets. And yeah, it does cost significantly more than a regular panel, but for me, those trade-offs are worth it when the day-to-day experience is this good. Another quick note on brightness, OLED doesn't quite hit the insane peak brightness that some VA panels can with HDR, but the trade-off is better with contrast and black levels. But for something that you look at on a day-to-day basis, I think the upgrade is absolutely worth it.